when the Substack link gets up, we'll start talking. And there it is. There it is.
All right. People are popping in like crazy.
No, we have people coming in. Yay. All right. Well, welcome to another episode of The Deep Exhale with Sarah and Wendy, of course, for people who are listening. Today, we're not going to talk about trauma and survival. Today, we're actually just going to talk about the Daily Digest, because if we can't do a trauma live, then we're going to do a news digest live. Now, I will tell you, we're not going to read the super negative shit. The whole purpose of the Deep Exhale is to keep, by the way, hi, Mary Henson. The whole objective of the Deep Exhale is, and will you tell Lisa if she wants to come in here, she can.
Yeah.
In case she doesn't hear me, and give her the link. It's the purpose of the Deep Exhale is to provide some positive atmospheric strata for the culmination of bullshit that is happening around us, which is really, really bad. So I really want to focus on that. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to share my screen.
I got her.
All right, cool.
There's Lisa.
There I am. I'm trying to argue with my phone.
You're arguing with your phone? Okay, there we go.
Always.
Real world challenges. I get it.
Yeah.
And I apologize, everybody, for the small type face on the article, but there's no way to avoid that while we're talking. So the first thing is, well, let's just get the one profoundly negative thing out of the way. And the profoundly negative thing is that all of the ICE shooting and ICE jack boots, kicking in doors, going door to door. By the way, Kira confirmed this morning that, get this, there are the ICE people, ICE agents who are in Minnesota going from door to door, all have suppressors on their guns.
Oh, really?
Yes. So they all have suppressors on their weapons. So ICE is using silencers on all of the ballistic gear they carry, so as to not alarm people that someone's being shot.
That's very thoughtful of them.
It's very, it's really very thoughtful. Oh, there we go. Brandon has company right now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's exciting.
I think we need to keep our commentary to ourselves for now.
Yes. I think that is probably I think that's probably very correct. We don't need to do that. Okay. I'm sans a few windows at the moment, so just
I hate when that happens.
will you by the way, Sarah, will you update all the chats of who's in here and drop links for those when you can? Okay.
Julie's gonna wonder why I disappeared out of our conversation.
All right, well, so that was the first thing that that Dearest sent to me, was that ICE agents are using silencers on all of their gear. The other thing that she sent me, and I've confirmed this, is, I'm waiting for it to come up, is that 7 ICE agents stormed a house took an elderly guy out in the freezing cold, wearing only his underwear and a blanket. He's a member of the Hmong community, which came to the area from Laos in the 70s. Get this, he served with the military, he went to war for the country, and ICE dragged him out of the house naked with a blanket and tried to arrest him.
Why?
Because he's not a legal immigrant of the country.
What? Okay, so what happened to his service that he didn't end up getting legal immigration?
You know, I'm tracking that story because
because everything I know from all of the very, very large quantity of Filipinos that were in the Navy when I was there is
Right.
that you serve in the military and you get that done, you know. So, but I've read a few things like where they end up with PTSD and they end up with drug offenses from trying to cope with PTSD, and they get taken off of the approval list and get screwed for getting PTSD serving our country.
Right.
So I was wondering if he was one of those people. And I'm wondering if was he the Hmong who went viral for telling them he had his Second Amendment rights and they weren't allowed in the house? Is it the same guy? Because there was a video earlier of a Hmong guy pretty much saying, "Get off my property, you don't belong here." And I'm wondering if it's the same guy.
Yeah, I'm really very skeptical of that whole situation. So with all of that shit happening, so 11 people have been shot by federal immigration officers since September of last year. So it wasn't just Renee Good. I mean, Renee Good was killed.
Right.
But the long and short of it is, Trump is on the verge of invoking the Insurrection Act. So I was following a stream today, and the stream today that I was following is an indication that a large number of Arctic troops are heading up to Minnesota. So that's either preparation to go for Greenland, or 1,500 troops are being moved up to Minnesota because Trump's about to initiate martial law over the state. Either way.
Alaska, I only know this because of Jimmy's friend. I know Alaska has rangers.
Right.
I know that for sure because he graduated and then got sent to Alaska.
So this pattern that is emerging. It's not random. You know, but here's the thing: as that violence continues, you will note in today's Read article that Trump's approval rating is cratering. I mean, it's like cratering. Rasmussen, who is famously traditionally known for only polling Republicans, because Rasmussen polls make Trump look like he's actually doing a good job because they only poll Republican voters. Even Rasmussen's approval index gap is wider than it's ever been right now. And so his approval rating is in the fucking toilet. There's no question about that, none whatsoever. And so here's what's happened. So all this violence is happening. Trump's threatening to take Greenland. Which, by the way, I want to say Trump is threatening to take Greenland now because he didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Right. Yeah. He wrote Norway's ambassador letter and everything.
Yes, I'm not inclined to think about peace because you fuckers didn't give me the Nobel Peace Prize.
For ending 8 wars.
Yes, for ending 8 wars, by the way.
Allegedly.
And he said that in his letter to the Norwegians, telling them.
And he sent it to other European ambassadors too. He close copied a whole bunch of people with it.
Right. I mean, that's a reasonable expectation. So There have been thousands of demonstrations planned nationwide because of this shit. Congress is divided. Democrats are pushing in investigations and defunding, and they've been repeatedly pushing the impeachment of Kristi Noem. Meanwhile, the Minnesota community, they're building barricades. The FBI took over the investigation of Renee Good after Minnesota agencies reportedly were blocked from key materials to that murder case. And
I thought
so
they've
the
declared
polling,
it a clean shooting now.
yeah, they've declared it a clean shooting, and so
Yeah,
it's
they said there's no charges coming.
Wow.
yeah. So that's the bad thing, for right now, is that we're on the cusp of the Insurrection Act. It's going to fuck the economy. By the way, Trump is massively tariffing all the countries that are not supporting his accession of Greenland.
Right.
And so now the European Union, who is all categorically against him taking Greenland, is ready to tariff bazooka the U.S.
Yep.
by essentially cutting off all exports into
Right.
the U.S.
Yep.
So no more champagne, no more cognac, no more any number of European luxuries that we get
No
in
more
the U.S.
chocolates.
Huh?
No more chocolates.
Yeah, chocolate, like good, like European chocolate. No, okay, that's done.
Yeah.
So to
Good thing we're
upswing,
past Christmas at least.
yeah, to upswing, they signed the High Seas Treaty, which has been 20 years of negotiations condensing down into one law. And the purpose of the High Seas Treaty is to establish marine protected areas that go beyond national jurisdiction so that people will stop fucking up the ocean.
Oh, but we won't sign that probably.
Probably not.
We did not. Well,
Right.
we signed it. We won't enforce it.
When I was in the Navy, I was horrified because at night, when no one could catch us, we would take tons and tons of trash and dump it off the fantail.
Right.
And when I complained, I was assured, oh, the ocean's humongous. It just eats all that crap right up. It's not a problem.
Except we've got, floating trash islands out there.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm like, holy shit, how come no one could see that coming? What the hell?
Floating trash islands of shit that are floating in the ocean. And
yeah, the U.S. Navy has a lot to do with that.
I'm sure.
They've been dumping their trash off the back for centuries. And now they do it in plastic bags on top of it, so it never, ever goes away. I mean, at least when it was like, apple peels and crap, you could hope something might eat it or it would decay. But when you're actually throwing it out in huge, big brown plastic trash bags, that plastic doesn't disappear that easily.
No, it really doesn't.
I wonder why there's microplastics and everything.
Now we know.
So 80 countries ratified, and while the U.S. signed it, the U.S. won't ratify it. And the U.S. is withdrawn from the UN Oceans Accord group.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, from an environmental perspective, it's for 80 countries to say no. We're going to quit fucking up the ocean.
Right. That's a great thing. Used to be there was this country that was in leadership of all the great ideas, but I hear that's China now.
Right. Yeah, isn't that scary?
And China's universities are overtaking American universities because they have, actual science and the ability to pursue it versus here, where if the Sky Daddy didn't say it happened in his book, it isn't real.
Right. Yeah, that's a positive upswing, and I am now going to downswing.
Okay.
And the downswing is the kids are not all right. And so basically anyone under the age of 24 is showing signs of slipping back into homophobia, transphobia, and bigotry.
Oh, crap.
So the Pew Research, so I went through the Pew Research's white paper about it. It shows 71% of the men born in the 2000s, they support same-sex marriage compared to the 1990s, which was 77%. So 6% of the men born in the 2000s are homophobic and transphobic. So that means that we're trending backwards. Now, only 65% of the 2000 born men accept being gay generally. Women aged 24 and under, 83% support marriage equality, 82% support being gay. So, and the gender gap on trans rights hits 16 percentage points. 60% of young women support trans acceptance versus 44% of young men. So right-wing religious groups have been constantly pumping out anti-trans, anti-gay, anti-queer shit constantly. And we're seeing an uptick in that bigotry continue. And so, the researchers have been saying that while Gen Z is more likely to be LGBTQIA plus in spectrum than Republicans, the professor, Ryan Burge, has said that the next 5 years is decisive, completely decisive. And it will be a permanent shift or more growing pains. And so the problem is that men under 24 are encouraged by Andrew Tate, who says it's okay to rape a woman. It's okay to beat a woman. It's okay to hit a woman. And they idolize people like Tate and Kirk and all those other right-wing idiots. And there's podcasts that monetize masculine anxiety. So that's why like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram are all rife with Viagra and Cialis ads. Are you not getting enough male performance?
Well, or Blue Chew. I see Blue Chew ads all the time.
Blue Chew.
The fuck is Blue Chew?
Yeah, which I have to tell you, as a trans woman, I watch those ads and it's dysphoric as fuck. Okay. I don't need things to get hard. I
hate when that happens.
I mean, life is hard enough. Do we need anything else hard, really?
So funny.
Yeah, it's oh fuck. So we really need to watch where shit is going. I mean, I've raised my kids to be queer inclusive. And my kids are queer inclusive kids. I mean, they call me mom. I find that completely ecstatic. And important and a whole slew of other things. But for the most part, let's not slide back.
Right. Yeah, I had hoped that the younger generations would be more inclusive because they were put in that space where they were taught that everyone was human and it was all right. Yeah, and now all of a sudden it's not. And I guess I had hoped that children being more positive and not taught hate would like stick with that direction. It's disappointing to find out that they didn't, because I mean,
Yes, I agree with you about that point. The problem with bigotry is that bigotry has a very long history.
True. And it's there's a part of our brain, the anxious part of our brain likes to diminish things that aren't dangerous. And it's easy to convert people into that being a little bit more than just they're not dangerous to they're beneath you. I'm not sure what triggers they use to do that, but those in charge at the moment are very good at it.
I consider myself thankful that, in spite of what I experienced growing up, my child grew up in a environment, like socially at school and everything, that did not get picked on for things that I would have gotten picked on for in my time. And I mean, maybe it's a like microcosm or whatever, but like everybody my child knows is inclusive. It's just not. It's not an issue for them.
So the thing that makes it an issue. So historically, bigotry has surged and receded through a fever pitch over the years. But the thing that accelerates it is economic turbulence. When food lines form and factories shut down, when currencies go into collapse and techie shifts destroy entire industries, the security that people feel
goes away.
Disappears. And when that security goes away,
bigotry is easier to create.
So there's an old Asian philosopher quote, and it's in times like these, men are afraid, and power over other men makes them less afraid. And so, yes, so in the 1890s, going into the 1900s when the Depression hit, in America, that coincided with virulent anti-immigrant sentiment, Chinese exclusion, and lynching epidemics that happened much larger in the late 1800s, early 1900s in the U.S. than ever they had happened before. The 1930s economic catastrophe born Nazism and fascism into the U.S. So the National Social Workers Party appeared in the American Nazi Party appeared at that time.
Yeah, though a lot of the way we treated people of color and the native populations and our eugenics programs were what inspired Hitler. So we were kind of ripe for it already. I mean,
So let me pose a statement to you, and I want you to tell me how you feel about it. Okay. Scarcity makes people tribal. They protect the shrinking pie by excluding others from the table.
Right. Because everybody who looks like me is more important than the stranger. Yeah.
But that's not what Jesus taught you to do.
No.
That's not what the hallmark of Christianity teaches you to do.
And it's interesting because I don't have a lot of money, and cold weather makes things a lot tighter. And as I sit there looking at it, I don't want to spend a dime, because I don't know when I'll need it for something else.
Right.
But I share what I have the best I can.
Right. It's one thing to go into my kitchen on the weekends, cook up a bunch of food and let people eat it.
Right.
And I mean, for the most part, I'm okay doing that.
Right.
Because, where bigotry recedes is during periods of broad prosperity.
Which they're trying to take away from us right now.
Yeah. When the pie is visibly growing and competition feels less zero-sum. So prosperity diminishes, it diminishes when diverse groups fight together towards common goals.
Right.
So
He was going to have a cow till he got outside.
Oh, of course.
He was lucky there's a door right there.
As cats are going to do.
Yep. He runs the
Cats are
world.
Yep, cats are going to cat.
Yeah.
Um,
He'd been crying the entire time. As soon as I started this, he was fine until I started this, and they started carrying on.
Right. So Dolly Parton turned 80.
Oh,
Oh, my.
wow.
80.
So I just want to, anybody in the audience, and both of you, of course, she should run for Tennessee governor, right?
Oh, heck yeah. She'd be a great one. I bet Tennessee would be shook up.
Like, maybe if Dolly ran for governor of the state of Tennessee, like, Tennessee would not be a horrible place to, not a bad place.
Right.
Instead, I want to just point out that there is I think he's a House representative. There are representatives in the Tennessee government, one of which is Glenn Jacobs, who played Kane in the WWE.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, Glenn Jacobs. Glenn Jacobs is a Tennessee congressman person, and he's an ex-wrestler, which that's fun. That in and of itself is fucked up.
I wonder if he still looks the same, because I used to know a guy that looked like Kane.
How could you tell under the mask?
At the time after he removed it.
Oh, you mean there was a time he actually removed the mask?
Yeah.
Oh, that's boring. That's like Batman with no mask on. What? No, I'm not interested in that. So the reason that I brought up Dolly Parton is that Dolly, the entirety of the queer community claims the shit out of Dolly Parton, and has for a very long time. And so that makes for interesting copy. So, in one of her books, she wrote Family's Family, which was in 91. She called out Christians for judging gay people. When the trans bathroom access thing happened, she spoke out and said, look, if I have to pee, I'm going to pee. And so is every trans woman and trans guy. And you just need to shut up about it. She, during Texas's big anti-drag crusade, she gifted a very expensive bejeweled guitar to Bridget the Bandit, who is a huge drag queen. She wrote the song Traveling Through for the Transamerica filming. And she's made sure that marriage equality was policy at Dollywood after staff turned away a lesbian patron, which was bullshit. And so, yeah, the Dolly Parton, barring where she lives, and I will say this, like, that makes Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg really probably the most progressive two areas of Tennessee than there is. Now, that said, Knoxville is kind of okay. So I don't know. There's not a lot of people who know this, but I'm gonna find this and share it with all of you. Let me go log into let me go log into something really quick. Yeah, there we go. All right, so, because this is one of my favorites, is so there's a TikToker I follow called Judge Judy.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Oh, she's a complete delight to hang out with and to talk to. I'm trying to find the I've got it in it's in one of my here. I have the video. It's easier for me to find the video than it is for me to find the picture that I pictures that I took from that time. But she used to own a coffee house that was the queerest coffee house in Tennessee.
Oh, cool.
South Press Coffee was the name of it. She shut it down, and it was hugely sad to me personally. But we went there one day we took the kids, all of the kids, so Gizmo and Charlie and Alex and Kira and myself. It was a super positive experience. I'm trying to find the damn video. Anyway, but other than that, I mean, queer friendly areas in Tennessee don't exist. Somebody please feel free to correct me if that's true. And there are actually queer friendly areas in Tennessee, but as far as I'm aware, they are not. Here we go. I got it right here. So let's see. Maybe I can I'll wait for it to load. I'll share it with everybody. Now let's talk about flock safety. So, flock safety is not a good thing. And I will just say this. I know a lot about flock safety.
Mm-hmm.
And I can confirm things about flock safety that people write about flock safety, but I can't tell you why.
Okay.
So you're going to have to make your own assumptions about that. But so here's what flock safety does. Flock safety produces a device which has a camera that examines LPR data, license plate recognition.
Oh, okay.
So flock safety cameras sit at intersections and they take pictures and they guess your car make, model, color,
right,
condition, and then your license plate.
Right.
And then police departments use that data to stop people from committing crimes. Now, admittedly, the company credo for a very long time was, we're never going to be evil because all we're doing is trying to stop crime.
Mm-hmm.
Until they criminalize things they have no business being criminalized.
Right.
So police departments using flock safety surveillance accidentally leaked details on millions of surveillance targets because they forgot to redact the license plate in the public records.
Oh, that doesn't sound very good.
One single mistake by individual departments have caused the entire thing to fall apart. Now, I also want to point out that, and again, there's a reason I know this, and I can't tell you why I know this, so don't ask me why I know this. And that is that flock safety became the subject of a breach forums post.
Ooh.
Now, what's breach forums? Well, let's talk about that. Breach forums is on the .st domain, which, if you don't know, the ST domain is the old Soviet Union domain set. So,
oh wow.
The sites that operate under the .st domain tend to be very gray area, dark area deals. And so breach forums, breachforums.st, which, by the way, most ISPs block the shit out of everything that's in that domain set. So you have to know where you're going to get out there. But anyway, and so about a year and a half, maybe a year and a half ago. Yeah, about a year and a half ago. No, maybe it was about a year ago. Flock safety got hit by a breach forum post where somebody bled down license plate data in the amount of somewhere between 20 and 30 terabytes and put links up on breach forums to crash. So now that's officially dark web data. On top of the fact that Flock has a product called Nova, which I can't tell you what Nova does, but I'll just say this. It uses dark web data.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Mm-mm.
So Flock is a fucking evil company, completely. And so in the news article, the News Digest today, I posted a link, Have I Been Flocked? It is really in your interest to go to Have I Been Flocked to find out if you've been flocked or not. Because that's not good.
Oh, you mean I have to actually enter my license plate number?
Darn, I have to remember it.
Mhm.
It ends with F18. I know that.
Yeah.
Because that was pretty impressive to me. So I remember that part of it.
But knowing whether or not you've been flocked or not is important.
Well, I'm not going to check mine. I'm going to check somebody else's that I may or may not. Do I have that? I don't. Never mind. Oh, no, I don't. All I have is VINs.
Because
VIN numbers.
The
So I have not been flocked. Okay, but here's the deal. Being in Atlanta is where Flock Safety's corporate headquarters is.
I mean, chances are I have my license plate probably has, because I'm pretty sure there's a camera in 2 directions from me, less than a quarter mile.
Right. But I should point out that some dude named Peter, who I'm not going to say his last name because I can't, is an angel investor in their technology.
Of course.
Oh,
so
I think I've heard about this.
Yeah.
Maybe you have. Maybe you have. So, yeah, just go to today's digest, click on the 404 Media post that's in there. I advertise for 404 Media because those guys are brilliant. They're completely brilliant. Jason Kobler and Joe Cox, I've had conversations with them in the past about what I don't know about flock safety that I can't talk about. So now let's talk about life hacks.
Okay.
The grocery store psych hack. I thought this was brilliant. So I'm waiting for Sarah to refute me on this.
Refute you on it?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to argue with me on this shit. Eileen.
My comment was about stuff that's on sale, sometimes being a better deal, sometimes just looking like.
Oh, they're good at that. You got to be very aware of what the regular prices are.
So when you
can tell it's on sale or not.
Yeah. So when you go into the grocery store, read the unit prices per ounce per item, not the package price.
Right.
The family size bullshit often costs more per ounce than buying 2 regular sizes of whatever the fuck it is.
Also,
your brain do what?
Okay. Grocery stores have something they call loss leaders.
Right.
Did you go into that?
No.
Okay. Loss leaders are the ones they advertise. A lot of times, like Hy-Vee here had $2.99 a 6-pack bottled Pepsi products.
Right.
And or 50 cent or less a can vegetables, those kinds of things. Those are almost always below their actual cost. So usually if you got the highlight that if you find any of the headline stuff attractive, you're getting a good deal on it.
Right.
Because they use those to get you in the store.
Right.
So my 2 cents for
So-
shopping cheap.
My other like cool life hacky thing was save every glass jar ever. And the save every glass jar and rinse them out. So like every pasta sauce jar, every pickle jar, every salsa jar. Why? They are literally proportioned for soups, leftovers, and overnight oat milling if you are one of those cold oat people. I don't know how you eat cold oatmeal. The shit's nasty. Would never eat cold oatmeal in my life ever. I commend anybody that does. I am not one of those people. Fuck off.
I like the crock pot oatmeal.
Right.
Steel cut oats in the crock pot overnight are good.
So here's the here's like the conditional one. Clothesline, the clothesline meditation. Hang dry your clothes. No, really. Standing outside, pinning wet fabric while the sun does the work. It's actually relaxing. Now, how often, and only in the summertime, can you hang up clothes? And if you do that and you do it in your yard and people see it, they're going to freak out about it because nobody hangs their clothes anymore. But, it saves you electricity because you're not running the dryer. It actually extends clothing life because, the dryer beats the shit out of the clothes to get them dry. And it's actually like a peaceful moment, which is real funny because I'm not going to advertise for this, but I have the ADHD cleaning library journal now, which because I get so worked up and I get so like whatever that I can't keep track of the shit I have to take care of around the house. My therapist was like, I'm going to buy you the weekly cleaning schedule notebook, and then I'm going to buy you one every month until you like figure it out and quit, fucking around. Now, I mean, it sort of helps that my therapist is also my high priestess in the grove, but she.
You would find my place interesting. I have a retractable clothesline on my front porch.
Retractable clothesline.
Yep.
Wow.
And I have a 2-height clothesline in my side yard. Because this was a home for some Mennonites. They actually put in a section of clothesline short enough that their daughters could learn to hang clothes with mom.
Right.
And I have a set of clotheslines that like an 8-year-old could use.
Right.
So I've got lots of clothesline. No one would find that weird here.
As much as I love the idea of hanging up clothes to dry, it's 16 degrees.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that
doesn't help anybody right now.
Drying clothing. No.
Because they would freeze.
Yeah, actually what happens is they freeze and then you shake them and supposedly all the water comes off and they're dry.
I would be afraid that they'd just break.
Yeah, so like that I guess cool idea, but so I have said this a few times in the Daily Digest. January roasted root vegetables. Root vegetables are the thing. If you're a druid, you make root vegetables in January because it's the cold season. So one of my recipes is to cube sweet potatoes, carrots, and parsnips, and then toss it with olive oil and pepper, and then roast it in the oven at 425 for however long, and then drizzle maple syrup over the top of it, which it's a little sugary, so Sarah won't eat it, but
my kid won't eat it either. They don't like maple syrup or honey.
What? Are you shitting me? Really?
I like that.
There's a whole backstory to that.
Okay, well
Bourbon
now I have
barrel
to know.
aged maple syrup is really yummy.
Yeah. So what's the backstory? Now I have to know.
So after we moved out from living with my mother-in-law, every time my child would go to visit my mother-in-law to stay the night for the weekend or whatever, they would come home and have this really bad chronic cough that would last for months and end up culminating into like a double ear infection because my mother-in-law
Right.
smoked in the house. But the doctor refused to prescribe any kind of cough medication so that Kate could get any sleep, and instead said, give them a spoonful of honey.
Mm.
So honey was medicine, like Verner's is medicine for a lot of people in Michigan. And so now Kate can no longer stand honey or maple syrup for that matter.
I have a
Well,
worse story.
okay, now I want to know.
So my stepmother, I started developing severe allergies, and I'd get bronchitis 4 times a year. And my stepmother didn't, when she found out it wasn't contagious, didn't like to bother with
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
with care at all. And so so she had this bottle, and it was clear glass, and it had a lid on it, and it wasn't labeled, and it was yellow. And she thought it was some of the cough medicine her mother had, and that she'd given it to her. And so she got a big spoonful of it and made me take it. And I immediately started spitting it out and got yelled and screamed at for daring to be such a baby about it. And finally, when I was done spitting enough, I said, it's soap. She'd accidentally given me a big spoonful of baby shampoo.
Oh no!
She had to taste it herself to believe me, but
Oh no!
That seems a little much. I'm just gonna say that seems like a little much.
so now my dad made me hot toddies. He'd take whiskey and honey and mix together and give me sometimes when that would happen. But
I think my dad gave me a shot of apple barrel schnapps one time when I was sick.
But yeah, I was given baby shampoo as an attempt to stop my
Do you not
coughing.
understand? Do you not understand the basics of what a Scottish hot toddy is?
No.
Okay, well, so I'm just going to share with you. You get your coffee cup.
Mm-hmm.
You fill that full of 4 to 6 ounces of really hot water, like
Okay.
boiling hot water.
Right.
Okay. And then you get the bottle of scotch, whichever ones you're drinking. If I'm drinking it, it's Macallan's.
Right.
That's my scotch of choice. And then you pour 2 fingers of brown water in the shot glass. And then you take a tablespoon of honey, stir that into the scotch. And you take a tablespoon of lemon, you stir that into the scotch. And then you shoot that down and pour the water in the sink.
Ah. That was pretty close to what I got then.
Yeah. I don't why nobody doesn't get this, but fuck the water. Drink the shit.
I think there might have been a little water in it because I was like 14, so I don't think it would have given me straight on, but I could definitely feel it warm going down.
All right, so here's the thing that I expected Sarah to argue with me on is coffee grounds as a gardening element.
I 100% agree, and I have something to add.
Oh, okay. So my suggestion was don't throw away your coffee grounds. They're completely nitrogen rich, and they're an excellent compost. They also deter slugs, and acid-loving plants like roses and azaleas and tomatoes will
I was gonna say they're high acid.
soak in coffee grounds. You just sprinkle the coffee grounds around the base, and that's free fertilizer, and it smells like morning instead of cow shit.
Well, composted shit should smell like dirt and not shit anyhow.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So now, Sarah, what do you have to add to
My addition is that it makes a really good weed barrier too.
Oh, cool.
So it actually
it
prevents things.
it makes a weed barrier?
Yeah, to keep so you don't have to go out and weed your garden as often.
I really need to
Like,
start drinking coffee.
I'm a lazy gardener. I want to like prevent myself from
Right.
having to go out and pull weeds as much as possible. So, you take
Definitely.
your coffee grounds, you just sprinkle them densely around your plants. You don't have
Or
to pull
you
as many
get
weeds.
micro clover. You make sure nothing's growing there, and then you plant the whole thing in micro clover, and then you just drill in your seeds.
I
And the
tried.
micro clover can help reduce your weed growth, and it doesn't compete height wise with your stuff, and it adds nitrogen back into the soil.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I see. These were things that I was not inherently conscious of.
You can also save your kitchen scraps and make vegetable broth.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now for the freezer insurance policy, and the freezer insurance policy is this: every liquid influenced meal that you make,
Mm-hmm.
soup, chili, spaghetti sauce, hell, even casseroles, really. Eat half of it, freeze the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So
Don't freeze it with noodles in it though, or rice.
No. Like when I
It's
make
mush.
when I make spaghetti sauce, I mean I make a double Dutch oven full of spaghetti sauce, and then like half of it gets eaten, and the other half of it either gets refrigerated and used in the following day's cooking item, or it gets frozen and used however long later. But when you freeze shit, that's 3 months worth of food. So if you make just a portion slightly larger, then you're okay.
It doesn't even have to be liquid-based stuff. I do that with taco meat.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I made tacos on Saturday night, and then I had like half the taco meat left over because I had 6 people here, or 5 people here, and I was expecting, a double portion of taco meat to be enough to feed everybody. Turns out nobody even touched the second portion of ground beef that I made up with the taco seasoning, and so I threw that into a saver, and then put it in my fridge. And the very next day, both she and I ate taco meat with Frito corn chips and cheese over the top of it, which
when I get like a 10-pound bag of chicken, I'll like roast the entire thing,
right,
and then I'll freeze it in smaller packages.
Yeah,
add the stuff later.
I'm that bitch that buys the like $30 worth of 6 pounds of ground beef or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
then do that a lot.
Like a big family, cut that up into like 4 portions, and then freeze all of it, because that's what you're supposed to do.
Back before I was all by myself, I did that all the time for my family. Everything was bought in bulk and repackaged into smaller units, and that was me.
So this was kind of cool. So again, like Joe Cox and Kohler from 404 Media, I was reading their shit. And so scientists have sequenced the genome of a half-digested woolly rhinoceros tissue that they found inside a mummified Ice Age wolf puppy.
Oh, wow.
It turns out, here's the weird thing. It turns out the rhino showed no inbreeding at all, which suggested that their extinction was entirely catastrophic and sudden, instead of slow genetic decline.
Oh, wow.
Versus people who believe in the Bible that think that Noah and his 3 sons repopulated the entirety of the earth. The entirety of the earth. And we lost Lisa. Lisa, are you still there? I bet
How
she
do I
doesn't
get
know.
There I am.
Yeah. Okay. Versus
I didn't break it.
people who believe that Noah and his 3 sons repopulated the entire earth without incest at all.
We can still hear you.
We can still hear you. So yeah, I want to be clear. That's a 14,000-year-old wolf, which again proves that young Earth creationism is bullshit. Completely. And then the last thing that we have. Yeah, I want to be clear. That's a 14,000-year-old wolf, which again proves that young Earth creationism is bullshit. I really don't like completely. And then the last thing that we have. I want to be clear. That's
Oh my goodness.
a 14,000-year-old wolf, which again proves that young Earth creationism.
She's having technical difficulties.
Well, I turned her volume down, so that won't be a problem. Yeah, carbon dating. Okay. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So the last couple of things I have to talk about today. So when you talk about a clickbait article, here, let's unmute. So the last couple of things I have. Oh yeah, okay. So we're getting
her
feedback.
audio is having problems. That's why she's got her external audio on.
Okay, you sent me a box, right? You're sending me a box.
I will be in, I think, Thursday.
Okay, Thursday. Okay.
But there's things
that's one big box.
Yes,
that's
there's other things I need to get to put in it.
Okay. All right. Lisa, until you can settle when you're ready to talk, Lisa, I'll unmute you. So scientists have identified a new personality type that they call an autrovert. And the clickbait art title is "People Don't Just Fucking Belong, and That's Beautiful." And so scientists have named the personality type autrovert, and it's for people who may remain perpetual outsiders, no matter how welcome they are in groups. And honestly, it's been that way a long time. How did autroverts happen and we just didn't classify it?
Just gonna leave and come back.
Yeah, how did that happen? Okay, there's
I got her.
There, now I can hear again.
Okay. Yay, we can hear you.
I couldn't hear, and
Yeah,
I was
we can
trying
hear
to
you, but
think about you guys hearing me. Sorry.
Yeah, we could hear you before. Don't
I know. I
split
couldn't
the
hear
small
you guys
stuff.
after I stopped out really fast.
So, I want to point out. So, I've been really trying to do this, making this happen today and whatever year, sort of like culturally relevantly cool. So, on this day in history, Edgar Allan Poe was born in 1809.
Nice.
Confederate General Robert E. Lee was born in 1807. Janis Joplin was born in 43. Dolly Parton was born in 46. She's 80 today. The first woman appointed to the British cabinet happened today in 1919. And then most crucially, Indira Gandhi was elected India's first female prime minister. So there's your there's your happening.
History for the day.
Yeah, there's your history for the day. Oh, and by the way, you're nearby. The weather nearby. So I'm going to read this. By the way, the weather it's cold balls outside, and I will be reusing this image every time it's fucking cold out.
I might have a better one for you at some point.
Okay. So if you live in New York, it's 36 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind cuts
warm.
you right. Yeah, no, but the wind cuts you right in half. If you're living in Kansas City, it's 28 degrees Fahrenheit. It's clear and bright, but that's the kind of cold that lies to you through the sunshine. So when you step outside, you freeze your nuts off. Versus where I live, Atlanta, which is 42 degrees and trying to pretend it's not winter with drizzle hanging around with bad, fucked up intentions.
I hate cold weather.
San Francisco, which is a warm 55 degrees, but that has fog so thick that Scooby-Doo can cut a circle out of that fog and bite into it like a donut. And then Detroit, if you live in Detroit, why the fuck would anybody live in Detroit? I'm not sure. But if you live in Detroit, you're one of those idiots that lives there. I'm just going to say that. It's 25 degrees. The streets are completely covered with snow, and you're regretting your life choices by living there.
I have something to add to Detroit. I use an app called What the Forecast.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It says, if this weather was an ice cream flavor, it would be orange cream and assholes.
I have a theory about my cat. He has an obsession with the kick vents in underneath my cupboards. And I think he's figured out that when the door opens, it turns on. And I think he honestly, part of his back and forth is he wants to turn the heat back on so he can sit in front of his vent and warm up. And in the summer, he'll actually open the door and then stand up and just sit in the doorway until the air conditioner comes on and then he climbs in front.
Lisa, I want to say that your cat is brainy as fuck.
He's too smart for his own good.
Oh, I know. He's weird.
When I was growing up, my cats could spell.
Oh, wow.
All we had to do was spell the word hungry, and they would know.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's way more than I wanted to know about my cat. Holy shit.
Yeah. No, he watches me because he can't get a hold of round doorknobs. And every time I grab one, you can see him examining, going, what is she doing that I haven't figured out?
How do I do that?
Yeah, he's like, and I've seen him stand up and try this, and he just can't get a hold of it enough.
You're lucky that he can't.
Yeah, so I let him out that other door. He's now examining it. And that one has a regular round knob and the deadbolt. And he's examining the deadbolt closely because that's how I keep him from opening the doors as I deadbolt them shut.
Oh.
He's like, how do I move the deadbolt?
You're going to be in trouble if he figures that one out.
They're really stiff, or I'd already be in trouble. He would have succeeded by now, but they're stiff, so he can't get enough. He's dangerous.
I feel like that's pretty not cool.
He just learned to work with him.
I feel like that's pretty not cool.
I have never found a cat as smart as he's been. He opens up cupboard doors and climbs in the cupboards.
I totally credible. Totally credible.
And it's funny because the other cats figured out he opens the door, but the other cat's too short.
Oh.
And I hear when they hit the doorknob, because you hear it go smack. And so he's figured out that I hear it. So now he'll like try to open it anyhow and then sit by it and wait for me to come open it for him. And Lombok's having a fit because I let him in the house and now he wants back out. He didn't get the heater to come on.
Oh, he said it didn't work.
I gotta do this again, Mom. The heater didn't come on yet.
I find that funny, actually.
Yeah, the cat understands cause and effect.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a Lisa Simpson in the chat.
Yeah, we do.
Hi, Lisa.
Oh, is Simpson in the chat?
Yeah.
Yep. That's rare. It must have been just the right timing.
In Pennsylvania or in Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Oh,
what?
Whoa. It's about to get fucking real.
Oh, no. What happened?
The Black Panther Party has just walked into Minneapolis.
Oh.
Well, that
Great.
particular image was from the Pennsylvania one.
Yeah.
But they're also supposedly in Minneapolis.
Yeah, the Black Panther Party. So here, like, have you heard the shit about Pennsylvania? So Trump is saying that the next city will be Philadelphia for the immigration crackdown.
Right.
So the Black Panther Party has come out and said, you know, people in the Midwest are nice. We're not. And so, hey, Robes. And so, yeah, the Philadelphia Black Panther Party walking. I mean, I've said this. I want to see ICE go into Crip and Blood gang neighborhoods in LA, and let's just see how that works out.
They won't go into them, though. They're just going to end up blowing them up from the outside. They don't care about anybody in there.
Mm-mm.
You know? Yeah, I want to see you go into a gang neighborhood and start, doing this shit. We'll see how long you make it. That happened to me once, by the way. I was in LA for work years ago, and I'm going to try to do this as affirmingly as possible. So I was an IBMer at the time. And my liaison officer was with us. Well, at the time, I was going through, this was like 20 years ago, I was going through a bandana wearing phase.
Uh-oh.
And the bandana that I was wearing had blue coloring on it.
Oh, no.
And so we walked into this store, grocery store. We were picking up foodstuffs or whatever. And so we're in the store, and there's three guys with red bandanas on one side of the store. And my liaison officer was like, hey, Wendy, hey, put your hands together and do this and shake them.
No.
And so I did, and that immediately got their attention. And they walked over to me, and they were like, hey, what you claiming? And I went, nothing. And that's right, boy. You better. And then he walks off, and I looked at my liaison manager, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Trying to get me killed?
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, if ICE ever tries to go into a non-discrepant area, like a gang-controlled area or a very a very poor area, they have nothing to lose. It's not going to end well. They're going to get killed. Really, it's just not gonna. That's like in LA, the Crips and Bloods put their war on hold with each other in South Central LA,
Yep.
so that they could escort undocumented immigrants to court, so that the ICE people wouldn't fuck with them.
Yep.
That says something. That says something. I just want to point that out to everybody. That says something. So, holy fucking shit. So, all right. Well, in closing, Sarah, do you have anything in closing?
At the moment, no.
Okay, Lisa.
Stay warm. Yikes.
That's an
Yeah.
important one.
It's fucking cold outside. Stay safe out there. You two don't go anywhere after we come out, because I have something I want to talk about.
Okay.
To everybody else, thank you for watching this afternoon. We really are probably going to continue. What I think we're going to do from a scheduling perspective for people that are listening is to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on Sunday, to space out live sessions on the days. And then I think what we're probably going to do is, instead of focusing purely on trauma, I'm going to change the discussion content a little bit, but we're going to talk about that so that we have a more generalized approach of things to talk about. Now, I will tell everybody that tonight, a queer space story is going to get published.
It already got published.
Oh, it got published already?
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, cool. Great. Well, things are working the way that they're supposed to. So there's a new story out there. Please go and read it. Please click on my advertisements. It keeps the publication alive.
Okay.
Yeah, just go out and do good
Right
things.
click, open a new window on each one.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. If you click on my advertisements, then yeah, just right click it on it, let it do its thing, and then I get paid for that, and I appreciate it. So with that, I will tell everyone good night and good luck. No, I'm not Edward R. Murrow, and I don't want to be. That's just a really nice thing to say. And everybody stay safe. If you get into trouble, tell somebody. Let one of us know. Whether you're a paid sub or not, I run the publication like a giant family. So you're all family. If you get into trouble or there's problems, then let one of us know, and we'll try to do what we can to help you get out of it. With that, I will say good night, everyone, and thank you.
Good luck, Eileen.
Yes, good luck, Eileen.